Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 1:01 a.m. on this beautiful Tuesday evening going into Wednesday. It's currently 73 degrees outside as I crack open my Diet Coke, pour it into my glass. It's my last Diet Coke because I did not go to Costco to get a big thing of them. I just got, what do you call it? Like a 12 case of it from Meyer the night that Tanya and I went. Was that the night that Tanya and I went? Yeah. Because I also got some LaCroix and San Pellegrinos that same night, but I haven't really been drinking it a lot. I'm like super like chill and relaxed tonight. I don't know why. And I don't have tons to talk about, which means I'll end up talking forever probably. That's always what happens. I have another battery with me. I think. Yep, I do. So let's hope this battery lasts a while, though. I had a magically amazing day today. We need to get some leave before we leave for our trip. I have so many things to do before we leave for our trip. I made a list the other night, and I've just been kind of like adding to it and adding to it. Anyway, where is my, oh, there it is, my lip balm. I got up today, and I went and got my coffee, and then I did a review at Crumble Cookies. They were so good this week. The Buckeye Brownie is hands down the best. I was telling Tanya, my sponsor, about it tonight. So I filmed that, and then I came home, and I did it kind of in backwards order today, because I usually film in a certain order. I do like, start posting my vlog, but last night, while I was watching that documentary Relentless, well, I was like doing a bunch of other stuff, and then I only ended up watching like 45 minutes of Relentless, but I'm like really into that documentary. I might go home and try to finish it tonight, we'll see. I'm like almost done with the 3rd episode, and there's 6 episodes total. It's really interesting, you guys, and it's very scary too, because you really don't know what's going on at all. So I was talking to my friend tonight, who's the one that recommended it to me, and she said when you get to like the 5th episode, she's like, your jaw will drop. So, but anyway, I watched that last night, sitting on the front porch in the dark, and then I uploaded my vlog, or I rendered my vlog and then uploaded it while I was doing that, and then, so anyway, but I usually film my videos like in this order. I usually do, like if I do a video on, let's just say if I was going to do a video on all my channels, what I would do is I would do my review video first, typically if it's like a coffee or something like that, that I go and do, and then I come back, because then I have my coffee, and then I do a drama video second, and this is while like the vlog is usually rendered at that point, and then it's uploading throughout the day, and then I do my Peterisms video, and then if I happen to do a Peter Does Stuff video or a BookTube video, I'll do them in that order. I'll do a Peter Does Stuff video, and then I'll do a BookTube video. But today I did like everything backwards. I did my review, and then I just forgot this. I also did a BookTube video on my way home from doing the Crumble Cookies review. And then when I got home, I did I do my drama video first? Maybe I did. No, I don't think I did. I did my Peterisms video, and then I did my Peter Does Stuff video, and then I did my drama video. And I got all of them up in time. Now, I didn't get to take a shower before I went to my meeting tonight. So I just like changed clothes and brushed my teeth and washed my face and put on some cologne and stuff like that and deodorant, but I didn't get to take a shower before I left because I was trying to get all that stuff done. And but I got to Tanya's and picked her and my sponsor up, and I was like 5 minutes late, but we got to the meeting on time. Our sponsor went with us tonight and had a great meeting. Oh, I had also put this new comforter on the bed yesterday and like made the bed really, really nice and stuff like that for when Alex came home. So I love this new comforter that we got. Well, I got it like a month ago. Oh, probably longer than that, like 6 weeks ago, and hadn't used it yet. And I really, really like it. It's dark gray, which we have like a blue, a gray, a dark gray, a white, a red. Well, we have the plaid one. Oh my God, that car was going so fast. Can you hear it? So I did all that, and then made the bed real nice today too. Before I did that first. Anyway, it's like this, I can't explain it. It's like this dark gray, pleated, and kind of like oh, I don't even really know how to explain it, but I'll show it in a vlog. It's just really super comfy. So, but I found this comforter that I really want, and it's from this brand called Sunday something. And it's like this comforter, and it's like gray and white, kind of like marble on top, and then underneath it, it's like really like cottony soft. It may have to be a special fall treat for myself for our bed because it's extremely expensive. I mean, not like $1,000, but it's a couple $100, but it looks so soft. But we're also coming up to the point where it's gonna be like Christmas before long, so I can put the red tartan plaid duvet cover on there again. But anyway, I love having the bed just be so nice, and I have like special room sprays that I spray on the like the linen sprays and things like that. I just love making it so cozy. So did that, and then got to the meeting, had a great meeting, talked about inventory and 4th and 5th step tonight. And then after the meeting, we stood around and talked to a bunch of people forever, like a half an hour. It seemed like maybe even longer. No, it wasn't longer. It was about a half an hour. And then Tanya was really wanting to go get something to eat, and nobody else did except for me and my sponsor. So the three of us went to go eat at this restaurant called Wolfie's, which is like one of the only restaurants that's open late. It's like bar food. And I swear I've always gotten a grilled cheese with fries there. I haven't been there. That's where we went for my birthday. And I was like, I know I always get a grilled cheese and fries there. But he was like, no, we can make you a grilled cheese, but it'd be on a bun. We don't have any bread. And I was like, okay, I don't want that. So I got a wedge salad without bacon. And then Tanya got to start pretzel breadsticks with pretzel bites, Mel. Mel and her pretzel bites. Little inside joke between Mel and I. Okay, when I went to Arizona, she was like really excited to have me try these pretzel bite things. And I totally slept in one day. I mean, late, because we stayed up so late the night before that when I came down the next morning, I was like in the freezer and I was like looking around because she had brought these pretzel bites over. And I was like, where are those pretzel bites? She goes, I ate them. And I go, what? And she goes, I ate them already. She goes, not all of us sleep till noon. I was like, we got laughing so hard. So to this day, it's like we text each other like pretzel bites. The other thing is that I made this recommendation for this book. Well, 2 books. In Cold Blood was like one of the first books that we read for the true crime book. It was the second book that we read in a true crime book club. Because I said that if we're going to read true crime, then it's like, that's the book that defined true crime. So you have to read In Cold Blood, which is like such a notoriously bad book. I know there are people out there that love it, but it's a hard read. And so, and the other book is that before our book club was a true crime book club, we just read other stuff. We read this book that had scared me so bad back in the day. It was called Endless Night by Richard Lehman. And when we read it the second time. I'm gonna go through this sprinkler. Oh, it didn't hit my car. I can't believe it. It was so bad, and everybody was complaining about how bad it was, that if I like text Mel and I say pretzel bites, she texts me back and she says like endless night or in cold blood, and it just goes back and forth. It's like this joke. But anyway, Tanya got these pretzel breadstick things with cheese, and she shared them with us. And then I got this Boom Boom cauliflower that was like, okay, I don't even really know how to explain it, you guys. It's like, oh, by the way, when I was talking about that plant-based chicken and sausage that I don't like the brand that I don't really like, it is something in Annie's. It's like Jack and Annie's, I think. Because I looked last night. I was like, oh, I was right. It is Annie's. It's something Annie's. It's like Jack and Annie's. The sausage patties are okay. They would be better like on a biscuit and stuff like that, because they taste kind of mapley and whatever. But the chicken nuggets are like the worst plant-based chicken nuggets I've ever had in my life. But anyway, I got this Boom Boom cauliflower. I didn't really know what to get because they didn't have grilled cheese. And then I got a wedge salad with no bacon on it. And the wedge salad was like really hard to cut up for some reason. Like my plate was too small and I was making a mess of it. But the cauliflower was so good. I don't know how they made it. It was like fried cauliflower. It was like fried cauliflower, but it was like mixed in this sauce. It almost kind of like it didn't taste like cauliflower at all. Because I asked my sponsor, she was like, oh, I don't like cauliflower. And I'm like, well, it doesn't taste like cauliflower. It tastes like chicken, weirdly enough. It tasted like hot wings, kind of, but not super hot. They were spicy, but not super spicy. And it was in this really good sauce. Tanya really liked them. And then Tanya got some kind of salad. I don't remember what my sponsor got. She got a salad too. I thought she said she was gonna get a breaded tenderloin, but then she didn't end up doing that. And she got a salad, and then she got some of those pretzel sticks to take with her to go because she was still hungry. And yeah, we just sat there and talked, and it was real nice. And then I took Tanya and my sponsor home. Well, back to Tanya's, because that's where my sponsor had met us. She had driven over to Tanya's, and so then I drove from Tanya's to the meeting. And then, yeah, that was it. And then I came home, and Alex and I just, like, hung out in bed and talked, and for, like, a long time, for, like, 2 hours, we just hung out and talked and played with the dogs, and Boo and Tucker were being so sweet. And, Boo Radley feels so much better now, you can tell, like, since the hotspot stuff is gone. Like, he just is like, it's like night and day. He just seems like, you can tell he's like really, like, he really seemed irritated before with it. And he just, the little guy just seems so happy now. And, so yeah. So, that's that. And then, what's it? I talked about this in my booktube video, but I want to talk about it on here too, because I know not everybody that watches my vlog watches my booktube channel, but I'm not going to talk about it at length, because I know that people get tired of hearing about the book stuff, but it's really not, it is about books and it's not so much about books. So, I was thinking about this last night when I was laying in bed, and then I just kind of like couldn't get it out of my head or whatever. And so I was like, okay, remember this tomorrow when you start listening to your cozy mysteries. Because I was like looking up some book. Oh, when I was doing my video today, I remembered how it all happened. Oh, so, okay, some book was recommended to me on Audible. No, it wasn't recommended to me. It's coming soon. And it was like book 15 in this cozy mystery series. I can't remember who it was by, but anyway. So I was like, oh, well, if this is a series that has like 15 books, then maybe I'd like to start it, because then I could really get into a longer series. This is so funny, because back in the day, I hated reading series. I hated them. And when series had like, if more than like 5 books, I did not want any part of it whatsoever. Like, if you go back and watch like my first year on BookTube, I talked about how I only like standalones, which are like individual books. They're not sequels or part of a duology or a trilogy or anything. But now y'all know I love the series, right? The Cozy Mystery series. Not just the Cozy Mystery series, there's other stuff that I love too. Like I love the Truly Devious series, and there's some other series that I really like. The Dexter series I really like. My Life is a White Trash Zombie, I really like that series. So there's other series that I like. But anyway, weirdly enough, My Life is a White Trash Zombie is not a cozy mystery, but it almost kind of feels like that in some ways. But anyway, because of the same characters and things like that. But I need to actually go in and read the third one and finish that series. So anyway, maybe I'll just make a list of series and not a list of, I was going to make a list of cozy mystery series that I'm reading. That's what I was going to say. So I went in to look at this book series, and I was like, I went to go look at the first one. Now I like the long series because I really want to get into one that I can just, like, if I want to keep on reading and reading and reading in that series, if I like it, I can. So I went to the first one, and it was about this woman that opened a mystery bookstore in this town called Stonebridge, I think is what it's called, or something like that. And it's this town that has, like, all these bookshops, and then somebody gets murdered, and her sister comes into town. I was like, I read this book. And so I had read the first one in that series. I have to say it's not my favorite series. But then I was thinking, last night, before I looked up this book and stuff, or was it, did I look the book up last night? I don't remember, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I was thinking I should keep a list of all the cozy mysteries. People like out there are like, yeah, this is not a genius thought, but I don't know why it seemed like a genius thought to me, because I hadn't done it. I was like, I need to keep a list of all the cozy mystery series that I'm reading, therefore I know which book I'm on. I mean, I could tell you, but there's like a lot of like series, like the Alison Brooks series, then the library, like I read like one or two of those, and I don't think I read the rest. Like I need to go in and see all the books in the different series that I read. And so if I start one, you know, that I know like where I'm, like how many more in that series there are and things like that, if that makes sense, to go in and read more of them and like the series that I really like. So yeah, so I'm gonna make a list. I was thinking about keeping it on my phone, but I actually think I'm gonna do it on my computer and just keep like a page, like, you know, like a document where I write down and I put like, you know, like the Misfortune series, like books 1 through 20 I've read. And then like whatever other ones can just like write like which book I'm on or which one's the last one that I read so that I'll know where I'm at, you know. I got real excited coming up with that idea. I know it's not like a genius idea, but I was real excited about it. I was like, I'm gonna have this list of all of my cozy mysteries and where I'm at. The other thing is, then when somebody says to me, because right now, like I've read a couple like beginning, like first and second books of a cozy mystery series, or just like the first one that I really like, but like to tell you, like, oh, you would like this one, like I wouldn't necessarily think of it, if that makes sense. Like, I really like the Magical Midlife Crisis series. It's by K.F. Breen, but I always forget to recommend that to people, you know? Typically because people are like, well, I don't like paranormal stuff, and that's, well, it's not paranormal, it's fantasy. It's like gargoyles, Ouija boards. No, it's like gargoyles and witches and all that kind of stuff, which I don't typically like reading that kind of stuff, but it works in the context of that book somehow, that series. And I really like the main character, and the writer, just an interesting read. So yeah, so I put a video up on BookTube today called I Love Cozy Mysteries, and I was asking people for suggestions, and I didn't even go in and look at what they are yet, because I wanted to sit down and actually like write out like suggestions that people had given to me from different series, so that I could put my list together of series that I want to start, and put my list together of, you know what I could do is I could list them all, and then in parentheses I could put completed or still working, like if I'm still working on the series. Like the Misfortune series, like I'm completed as of now, you know? The Jorinda Jones, Sunshine, Vikram series, I've completed as of now. There's only 2 books in this series. But I was real excited about that. I was like, okay, this is a cute idea. This is this little project I can do. I love the cozy mystery stuff. It was so funny because Tanya, so she was sitting in like we were sitting at a table that's like half booth, half table, you know? So she was sitting in well, it was like half the seats were booth and half the seats were just regular chairs. And so my sponsor and I were sitting next to each other. She was sitting to my left and Tanya was sitting across from me. And she was sitting on the booth side, so she could see everything that was happening in the restaurant. And she goes, look at those pieces of cake. And then we all turn and look. Tanya goes, or are those wedge salads? And they were wedge salads. And Tanya thought they were these. She was like, look at those big pieces of cake. It was like a wedge salad. If you've never seen a wedge salad, it's like just a big wedge of iceberg lettuce. Tanya was like, look at that big slice of cake. It was funny because I was talking about the Cozy Mysteries on the way to the meeting, and I was like, oh yeah, and this woman in my book, the reason why they think it's her that killed this person is because when they found the body had been shot, but in the mouth they had stuffed one of her famous cheddar biscuits. This is a cozy mystery for you. And Tanya goes, you're making me hungry. I love cheddar biscuits, or something like that. She was like, oh, I love a cheddar biscuit. Now I'm hungry. I'm like, that's why I can't read these books, because I'm like, read them and I'm so hungry all the time, because they explain literally in detail every meal. Every meal. They're like, oh, well, we had a charcuterie board, and on the charcuterie board we had this kind of cheese and this kind of cheese. And now the one that I'm reading, because she owns a restaurant, she's constantly talking about like what food she's serving. And then like on her day off, she took a bike ride into Nashville, Indiana, and went to this other like little diner place. It's for competition. And she ordered like pancakes and a side of biscuits and gravy. And I'm like, oh, she eats like me. And I haven't had biscuits and gravy in forever, though. But anyway, because I can't, you know, because the sausage and then sausage, biscuits, and gravy. But anyway, I always call them sausage, biscuits, and gravy, and people think that's so funny. Do you guys remember back in the day, I used to go to, I don't even know if there's one around us that's open anymore. I used to go to, what's that place called? Why can't I think of it? I used to go there all the time. Do you guys remember? Not Cracker Barrel, not Denny's, not Perkins, but I want to say Jim Dandy, but it's not Jim Dandy. That's in Noblesville. Oh shoot, why can't I think of what? Bob Evans. Bob Evans. My aunt and uncle used to love Bob Evans. But you guys remember I used to go there? I actually did a mukbang video from there. I set it right up in the back room, and I sat there and ate my sausage, biscuits, and gravy. It was so good. Oh my God, it was so good. That was before I was a vegetarian, though. I feel like they've shut down, like, all of the Bob Evans here in Indianapolis. The one I used to go to, I know for a fact it's shut down. Closed down, ceased to exist, not open any longer. My foot is hurting. Where am I at on time? Oh, my Lanta, have I been vlogging for 23 minutes already? So it was a good day today. Real good day. I felt super peaceful all day today. I like walked outside and I was like, it would have been a good day to go to the pool. It was pretty sunny and it was warm, but it just kind of feels like in the air. I don't really know how to explain it. Like in our neighborhood, there's really no kids that live in our neighborhood. I think there's one family, actually, only one family that has kids like in high school. And it's actually my friend's daughter's friend that lives there. She used to live with her grandma in her neighborhood, and now her like mom lives in there. And so she and her brother, I think, are still in high school. But anyway, well, I know that there's, yeah, I think they're still in high, I know she is. I don't know anything about her brother. But anyway, I only know about her because of being over at our friend's house when she like does, you know, is over there for like 4th of July and stuff like that. But anyway, so there's not like there's any kids in our neighborhood. Now, right outside of our neighborhood, there's a lot of like little kids and stuff like that. But I feel like it's like fall has started in Indiana already. You know, it's like bring out the, I'm ready. Listen, September 1st, well, maybe not September 1st, but I'm ready for the pumpkins and the mums. Although, like, I'm real sad about the plants. I don't know what to do about it. I know somebody probably commented in my comment section and said, well, you can do this or this. I'm going to read some comments when I get up here about the plants, but it's like, we don't really have the space for it, first of all. Second of all, our dogs have never, like, eaten plants. Like, we've never had to worry about that with the dogs. That's thankfully, like, one thing. Like, you know how dogs are, like, poinsettias are dangerous for dogs? Like, they're not dogs that would go and, like, pick up a leaf and eat it, or they would, like, eat a plant. Like, I know cats, there are cats and dogs that do that. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I'd like to bring one of the ferns inside and hang it from somewhere, but I don't know where I would hang it. I mean, we really, you guys, we don't have any place to do that. We have, like, no room. So I don't know where I would put this stuff, you know? These plants. But at the same time, it makes me really just kind of sad to just be like, okay, well, next year. I really don't know what to do. And I'm just kind of amazed at how well they have stayed all through the year. That's the other thing. Is they've just, like, stayed super, super healthy all year long. Or all summer long. I wish I knew somebody that I could give them to. Like, especially the ferns. The two ferns in front. I wish there was somebody that I knew that I could give them to. That had, like, room inside. My mom used to keep a fern year-round in our porch. We had, like, you know, it was like a room in our house. But she, I mean, it wasn't like a patio or anything like that. We just called it the porch because it had windows on 3 walls. And that you cranked out. And then it had green carpeting. But, I mean, she kept a fern out there. I remember she kept it on the ground. Like, not on the ground, but on the carpet. Because there was really nowhere to hang it out there. You know, I guess I could bring in one of, I didn't think about that. I guess I could bring in one of the plant stands and put the fern in a plant stand, like in a corner somewhere. Maybe like by the fireplace or something. We could do maybe that. I don't know, you guys even think it's worth it? What do you think? Or do you think I'm trying to keep something up that's pointless? I mean, what do you do with your plants at the end of the year? Just throw them away? I mean, I don't know. It just makes me sad. I do want to get more plants for inside of our house, though. I have them all behind me, like in that chair that I film videos in. I have a lot of plants there. And then we have a plant. We have 2, like, little palm tree plants that I got at Meyer. Those things, like, A, never require any watering. And B, they, like, they look perfect, like, all the time. Like, I think I've, like, watered once in, like, 2 months. And they're, like, in perfect condition. It's crazy. This construction over here is, like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's, like, it goes all the way down. And then it goes all the way up here, too, where I'm coming. It's, like, one, well, this is 2-lane, but, like, if you guys can see, like, right down here, it, like, splits, and it's, like, all gravelly. Nobody wants to drive in that. On this side is paved where I'm at, but on that side, it's, like, they haven't paved it yet. The other side looks like maybe it's both lanes are paved. I can't tell. Well, I'll know when I come back, but I can't tell right now. I'm going to pull in here and read some comments in just a second. Read some comments. Talk up the hill. So yeah, that Relentless true crime documentary is really great. If you guys know any other documentary series like murder, true crime, anything like that, missing persons, let me know, because I would like to watch a couple more of them. I like when you kind of like follow the story along with the person that is like telling it, and you're like discovering things as they find it out. I think that's really interesting. I like started talking to her about it tonight. I said, I can't believe that you didn't find this interesting. She said, I never said I didn't find it interesting. She said, but she was like, she said some things about it. Stopped. I don't want to say the things that Tanya said. She said some things to me about it because it'll ruin it for anybody that wants to see it. I looked at her, I said, why are you telling me this when you know I'm not done with it? She started laughing. I said, girl, you always do this with books and shows and movies and TV shows for me. You always tell me things before I'm like done with it. Like to this day, The Silent Patient, I haven't read because Tanya told me exactly how the whole book ends. Oh, you'll never read it anyway. I go, girl, that's exactly like a book that I would read. Oh my God. So tonight I looked at her, I said, are you seriously gonna tell me? She started laughing. I said, zip it. I said, I wanna know, I wanna find out what happens on my own. She says, I'm just telling you, you won't be surprised. I said, Tanya. She's laughing again. She thinks it's so funny. By the way, I meant to tell Tanya this tonight. The new Paula Hawkins book comes out, I believe, August 31st. I pre-ordered it on Audible. I don't want to know what it's about. I didn't read and look. I just want to listen to it and be surprised. And Paula Hawkins is who wrote The Girl on the Train. And she also wrote another book, Something in the Water. That was they were both fantastic. I love Paula Hawkins. That Girl on the Train, I literally drove around and listened to that entire thing like in a day and a half. I thought it was so good. And the water one too, I can't remember what that was. But that water one was at the same time that I read that Kate Hamer book, The Girl in the Red Coat, which I loved that book so much. If you want to read a really good book that, like, maybe not a lot of people, if you want to read a really good book that maybe like a mystery that a lot of people haven't talked about, Kate Hamer, H-A-M-E-R, The Girl in the Red Coat, is really, really good. Do you guys like these caddis glasses that I got? I love so much that my glasses case, this green one, says apple leather made from pulverized apple peels. Isn't that so cool what it says? Oh, it even kind of smells like apples. Well, I love that. Okay. So, let's go in here and see some comments tonight. I'm gonna have to stop and get another Diet Coke before I go home so I can have another Diet Coke while I'm watching my series. Maybe I will, maybe instead I will have a LaCroix. We'll see. Okay. Erica J, not spelled at all like Erica J, said, the first 4 episodes of Grace and Frankie season 7 was out this weekend. I watched with my mom on Saturday. I hope they have more. I love Grace and Frankie so much. I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, wait, 8 seconds ago, Cece said, I feel so Halloween-y too. My pumpkin spice scents are already on. I'm cooking also. I love that. Hey, Cece. Okay. Brooke said, if your hair is really light and you swim a lot, the chlorine can mess with it and turn it yellow. Soak in hard water due to the rust in hard water. Make sure you rinse it as soon as you get out of the pool. There's also swim shampoo, and you can rinse with apple cider vinegar or baking soda. But you know what's weird about that is, usually in the summers, and I think it's more because of the sun than it is the chlorine, my hair usually gets really, really white in the summer, or like if I'm at the beach. But I just got my new shampoo and conditioner, so I'm so excited about it. Okay, Gayla said, fountain pop, that term seems so Midwestern-y. Here in Texas, as I was growing up, we all called any brand of soft drink a Coke. Seems funny now. We still call it a Coke here, too. I'll call it Tanya, and I'll be like, should we either say to each other, fountain or Coke? Do you want to go and get a fountain, or do you want to go get a Coke? And neither one of us usually drink Coke. Now I'll drink it sometimes, like if, you know, like I love just a regular Coke with Mexican food. But somebody said that to me because Mexican, Coke has like more sugar in it or different sugar or something like that. Christy said, I'm having the exact same experiences with my dreams this last week. Usually don't remember them, but every night lately has been vivid, wild, and stuck in my head all day. You know what's so weird is, so last night when I was vlogging and I was talking about that friend of mine from back in the day, like, I literally woke up today thinking about that. Like, I just really couldn't shake it all day. Anyway, Marlo. Hey, Marlo! She said, loved this. We just got back from a week in Vegas. I thought of you and Alex when I showed my daughter around the Cosmo. I said, do you know this is where Peter and Alex got married? She was like, that's awesome. And also hilarious that you say that like you were at the wedding. Oh, I love it. We stayed at the new Resorts World. They've got some kinks to work out, but it was still very awesome. Saw a woman win $319 on a slot machine. I nearly passed out. Y'all have fun. Oh my God. Maria gave a blue heart. Julie gave tons of blue hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Tammy gave a smile. She always gives the same emoji. It's like a smiley face with little hearts on it. Kathy said Montana got rain. Okay. Big Mark said, Peter, please vlog about spooky things that get you into the Halloween spirit currently and or growing up. When I was a child, late afternoon swims at my grandma's pool gave me such spooky vibes because the entire pool was surrounded with thick, tall trees, and there was an owl that would always be in the different tree whenever I'd be there. Also, the wind would always be blowing, making the bushes and trees dance in the eerie, dark, orange and purple sunsets. Well, Mark, I'll tell you some when I get started here in a second, but that's so funny you say that about the owl. Our neighborhood, we have such huge trees anyway. I mean, like, our entire yards are covered with leaves right now. I mean, it looks like October. But there's an owl that has lived, I don't know how long owls live, but forever in this tree. And whenever I walk out there late at night, it always reminds me of To Kill a Mockingbird, because there's like an owl in the tree in To Kill a Mockingbird. And it goes, ooh, 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 ooh. It's like super scary. Anyway. Okay, let's see. Haley said, hi, Peter and fellow vloggerinos. Hi, Haley. Inside Lauren's brain said, also, Peter, can you sell a t-shirt that says hello, hello, hello? Yes, let me get right on that. I'll make that. Here, I just screenshot it. Thank you for that, Lauren. Sarah said, it's been, hello, hello, Peter. It's been raining and thundering in Arizona for most of the afternoon today, and it feels so amazing. Just got done watching your unboxing video on your Peter Does Stuff channel, and those videos are probably one of my favorites. Aw, thank you. Rose said, can someone help pray for my dad to get better? He had a heart attack and is currently in the hospital. They don't know if he's going to make it past 3 to 4 days. Rose, sending lots of prayers to you, sweetheart. And anybody out there that believes in prayers, please send prayers and positivity and love to Rose Z and her father in the hospital. I'm so sorry you're going through that, sweetie. Oh, wow. So many people underneath her were so nice. Oh, my God. And you guys actually wrote prayers underneath there. I love that you did that. That's so sweet. Evelyn said, hello, hello, hello. Troy said, hey, Peter, and my amazing... Oh, Troy wanted more hellos at the beginning. Okay, so for Troy, hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. And hello, hello. There you go. Okay. So Troy said, hey, Peter, and my amazing fellow vloggerinos. Hey, Peter, I would love to see you do at least one more nighttime swim vlog. You are my favorite YouTuber in the world. Your videos always put a huge smile on my face. Love you, Peter, and everyone. Oh, yeah, and one more, I love you. Oh, thank you, Troy. I will do for you. Actually, I want to do that anyway. I will do one more nighttime swim. I want to do it. I love this. I haven't swam that much at all this summer at night. Alex and I were just talking about that tonight, about if we're gonna like rent a house somewhere, maybe in like October. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, we'll just have to see if we're gonna do that or not. What was I gonna say? I just totally lost my train of thought. Oh, but I will definitely do the one, because Alex and I were talking about like different places that we could actually go and do that. I will definitely do the one more nighttime swim. I just have to plan it out. If it's gonna be tomorrow night or the next night, I'll have to plan it out. Friday or Saturday, I'll have to plan it out. Okay. Yeah, what night would be best to do it? Well, it also kind of depends on the temperature as well, you know, because right now it's 72, which isn't cold, but it's also not super warm to do that. Troy comments on all of my videos on all of my channels. I just want to say, Troy, I really, really appreciate that, so thank you. Melissa said, ha, 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 right on time. Okay. Elin said hi. Amy said first, love you, Peter. Melissa said hello, hello, hello. Melissa was first. Melissa's like first almost every single time. I'm sorry, Amy. We'll give you first too. Okay. Lauren said, I live in the Bay Area, California, and regular gas is almost $5 a gallon. Oh my God. SOS, she said. Shaylin said, I've read this series from Maddie Day, waiting for newest one. Aww. Lottie said, certain chemicals used in hair products can stain white or blonde hair. You know what? It's funny that you just said that, okay? I've been using this new hair paste that I love, but it's kind of like this yellowish tint because it has like, I don't know if there's beeswax in it or what, but it's like honey smelling. I don't know why it has the honey smell if it doesn't have, but anyway, it's like a yellow color. And most of the other pastes that I've used have been white. I wonder if that's what it is. I wonder if that's what it is. That's interesting that you said that. I'll have to look and see. Cauliflower said, if only, cauliflower, like what I had for dinner tonight. If only I could share a picture of my cat sitting on my lap, intensely staring at the screen while Peter talks. One time she saw me watching birds and now she stares at videos all the time, hoping for birds. She cracks me up. I love that. Okay. Hello? Jackie said, your marriage relationship with Alex is so inspiring to me. I adore how you two come together and support each other, yet have your own hobbies and friends. I'm coming out of a long-term relationship where my partner was so obsessive. Hope to have what you have someday. Oh, thank you, Jackie, and I'm sorry for what you went through. Kathy put blue, I just read the comment underneath it, so it's distracting me. Kathy put blue hearts, 3 blue hearts and 3 red kissy faces. Oh my God, and her profile picture is a little chihuahua. Hello, little chihuahua. Nicole said, in reference to my vegetarian video where I said I didn't know what my last meal was, I don't know if Nicole went back, she must have looked, so thank you, Nicole. She said, Yats drunken chicken was the last meal. That is so crazy because at that time, like looking back, I love Yats this day. Yats is red beans and rice and Cajun food and Creole and stuff like that. And I used to always get their drunken chicken. The thing that's really interesting about Yats is that Yats is known for being kind of like very beatnik, hippie-ish, all that kind of stuff. And they always have like 3 vegan options. Like they'll have like 6 to 8 regular options of different kinds of rice, like drunken chicken that you can get that they put on white rice and then you get with French bread. They just scoop it out of a big pot and put it on the rice. It's fantastic. It's $8 for a whole thing. And then extra bread is $2 and then like a Coke on top of that. I mean, for $12, you can get a whole thing of it, plus extra French bread, because their French bread is unbelievable. And then you can get a Coke that just is like in a styrofoam cup, and then a piece of their peanut butter pie, or they also have like this buttercream pie, some butter pie that's so good. So I get like a piece of pie. $12 for that. I think that's so cheap, don't you guys? But anyway, they always have like 3, I haven't had it in a while. They always have like 3 vegan options. Sometimes maybe 4, I don't know. So, that's crazy that, I don't know that I would have picked that for my last meal if I knew that 4 years later I'd still be a vegetarian. Nicole, thank you so much. It's so cool. I wanted to know that. I really, really appreciate you looking that up. Okay. Kara said, hi Peter, my 33rd birthday is this Friday, August 20th. Please have a Diet Coke with a like for me while you're in Vegas. Aww. Happy birthday, Kara. Gina said, blue hearts, 6 blue hearts with 2 little kissy faces. Melissa said, ha 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 ha, yeah, first one most days. Says, oh, does that tell you anything? Big fan. Aw, I live for your vlogs. I usually fall asleep and have to replay it the next morning. Thanks for noticing. Love your stories. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate it. Adriana, hey Adriana. She timestamped it 15:24. I love so much how you were talking to your neighbor and y'all were talking about books, and she leans in and says, what I really like is cozy mysteries. And that's exactly how it happened too. And Peter, you got me smiling so much when you replied, what? And she said, I love cozy mysteries. Do you know what those are? And you were like, oh my God, I'm addicted to cozy mysteries. That whole conversation made my heart so happy. I love it so much. It did though. I don't know why that just like made my week. And I've been shouting across the street at her and stuff. I'm like, hey, well, I almost said her name. I'm like, oh my God. I said, I started the Maddie Day book. She's like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, it's good. And she's like, I'm gonna make you a list of all kinds of books. I said, okay. So anyway, Jessica said, feeling really depressed lately, and while I'm struggling to get out of the black hole, your videos give me a reason to smile. You're appreciated, Peter. All your hard work means a lot to a lot of us out here. Jessica, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, darling. And you just keep on keeping on, and I'm going to send you all the love and the positivity out there in the world, okay? And there's better days ahead, I promise you. You're going to be okay. You're going to be just fine. Capsha responded and said, I'm really sorry you're struggling. You're a very pretty woman and you seem very sweet. Hoping things get better for you and you find the light again. Agreed. Hang in there, Jessica. We love you. Stacy said, I listened to 20 chapters of Flipped for Murder last night. It is wonderful. I love it so much. Stacy, when she commented the other day, I saw on the vlog, she's like, I just started, or she said, I started Flipped for Murder and I love it. That's the one I'm listening to right now, the Maddie Day book. And I was like, oh my God, I love that somebody else, I think she thanked me or something for the recommendation. I was like, I'm so excited somebody else is reading it. Stacy also put a bunch of blue hearts. I don't know how many. Let's see, 4, 8, I don't know how many, 15 or something. Elise put 3 blue hearts and a smile. Let's see how many she did put. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19 blue hearts, Stacy. I feel very loved. Elise put 3 blue hearts and a smiley face. Gina put 5 blue hearts. Michelle put 5 blue hearts. Ashley said, LOL. This is when I was talking about Ellen Hopkins the other night. LOL, I'm sitting here screaming, Ellen Hopkins! Like you can hear me. Let's see. Sweet D said, Peter, I love this video. So sweet. Oh, which one is this? Peel unboxing and my new plants. Oh, that's like from last year. Oh my gosh. Okay. Nick put 3 blue hearts. Okay, let's see. Okay, my battery died. And my God, you guys, the camera and the battery are so hot. Okay, let's get back to some comments. I'm just gonna read a couple more of them. Okay. Allison said, definitely would love to see more book reviews. I'm reading the Jana DeLeon series now because of how much you love them. So good. Oh my God, I love the Misfortune series by Jana DeLeon so much. Nita said, 28:57. So how I became a vegetarian, I'm going to make it short. 59 minutes, still talking about being a vegetarian. Love that. Okay. Let's see what else. Sue's picture, by the way, is me, which I love. She said, we pronounce caramel in Jersey, too. Sounds weird to me otherwise. What was the response on this one? Let's see. Taylor said, Chicago, too, LOL. Chi-Town in the house. Okay, Tammy said this, and I think this is really cool. She said, for your channel that you do stuff, I see there is a store in Mooresville, which is kind of far from me, but I would go there, that you can buy Amazon packages or Wish, not sure which one. It's like undeliverable mail. It's a mystery, might be fun. I think it's called Black Friday, the store. Okay, Mooresville, Indiana. If so, I'm going to have to go there, said Ben. I live in Speed, oh my God, and volunteer at St. Francis there in Mooresville. So one day after my volunteer day, I can stop by in there. And Tammy said, that's what I heard. Let me know if you go. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm curious. Might have to go myself. What is it called again? Black Friday, the store. I'm going to look it up right now and see. Black Friday. Oh, here it is, Mooresville, Indiana. Black Friday, the store. It has a Facebook page. It's a 48-minute drive for me. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it. I'm not saying that I would either. Okay. Oh my God, what is this stuff? Still have thousands of items in the bins for $1 a day. Our bins are pretty full still. What will you find for only $1? See you soon, Black Friday, the store. They look like cushions and stuff. I don't know if you guys can see, but it just looks like a huge warehouse. And then they have these like just these bins in it that you just like go through stuff. That's crazy. Oh, there's one called Allison or Anderson Pallet Liquidation. I wonder what that means. Ollie's Bargain Outlet. What's that? Here's the Yelp. Oh, it's got 2 stars on Yelp. Let's see what somebody said. Okay. This is my go-to for anything I need to get on my own way home from work. They have everything I need and some more specialty items. What is going on here? Okay. We recently moved back to Indiana from Arizona. One of the best parts about this move so far is going to shop at... Oh, well, this is for Meijer. What? Why is it a Meijer Yelp review? Okay, the most bizarre place, and yet it's such a good idea. The store is mostly returned items and overflow items that they sell the goods at. Okay, I rarely give a 1-star rating, but if a place deserves it, that's what they get. So when I heard about this new discount store opening, okay, there was a female officer who harassed me big time. F this. Good concept, but the staff and the power-tripping Homecraft Indiana police officer ruins the experience. Most of the staff are rude. This place is not only unsanitary, unorganized, and overcrowded, but the workers also will sick a police officer on you just for holding. I can't read all of these because it's like you have to go to another thing. Not going to say that it was a great experience. She gave it 5 stars. I had to get 20 minutes to kill, so I checked this place out. Why can't you read the rest of the review? Do you have to sign into Yelp or something like that? Yes, I'm not doing all that. My favorite. There was a female officer. Wait. 2 people rated that comment as funny. There was a female officer who harassed me big time. F this. Oh my God, it's like the best of next door. Did you guys ever read this? Anyway, thank you for all the comments, you guys. I love you. Or should we read one more comment? Let's see if there's any new comments on the vlog, and then that will be the new comment that I read. Hold on a second. There's probably no new comments. Oh, there is. There's one new one. This will be the last comment because this is the newest one. This is from Carla. My dogs and cats are also getting up there in age. I have booster steps by the couch and bed so they can still get up by themselves. I suggest one with carpet or something on top so they don't slip. Well, Carla, thank you. I appreciate it. So let me tell you that our dogs absolutely refuse to use those steps. In fact, when Pee-Pee... Was it Pee-Pee or Boo Radley? I think it was Pee-Pee. slipped jumping up on one of them. Somebody was kind enough to send us these steps, and they were fantastic, you guys. They like perfectly, hold on a second, let me put this in here. They perfectly fit the like up to the edge of the step, like, or the edge of the bed. Like, all the dogs would have had to do was like, but they didn't understand it. And I don't know why they didn't understand, why it felt any different to them than like walking up a pair of stairs, or a flight of stairs. It's the exact same thing. But for some reason, they wouldn't do it. They would like jump around it or jump over it or try to jump over it. They were so confused by it. I don't know. I didn't get it. But anyway, they wouldn't use it. I mean, I tried to like walk them up there and stuff and try to get them used to using it, and they wouldn't do it. Like, Boo Bradley would stand there and he would try to like jump over it, and then he would like fall and stuff. So we finally just took it, you know, down and stopped using it because they wouldn't even try to get it. I don't know how people get their dogs to use those things. I wish our dogs would use them. I'd have one at the end of our bed all the time, you know? But thank you, Carla, for that. There's the original pancake house that Melissa took me to when she took me to go have all of my different kinds of pancakes, my chocolate chip, and I think we had apple too, and blueberry. I do love blueberry pancakes now, but I never have them. I don't know that I've had them ever since that time, actually. Maybe. Anyway, Mark, since you asked, what I give you since you asked. Do you guys know that Judy Collins song, Since You Asked? I just sang it horribly. You know what's so funny that I just said that about Judy Collins? When I was leaving the house tonight, I could see the moon. I don't see that now. It must be behind me. But it was so pretty, and I haven't listened to Judy Collins in a long time. I was raised on my mom listening to Judy Collins. She loved her. She's one of my favorite musicians of life. And her song, The Moon is a Harsh Mistress, is probably one of my all-time favorite songs of life. I love that song so much. The moon's a harsh mistress. Do you guys know that song? Oh, I love that song. And I love the song called, it's about her sister being a weaver. She's a weaver, in her hands the bright thread travels, spinning worlds. I love that song so much. And then my father always promised us that we would live in France. Do you guys know that song? And of course, Both Sides Now. But I think I like the Joni Mitchell version better now. And then The Blizzard is one of my favorite songs by Judy Collins. And I'm not a big lover of Sin and the Clowns. I think it's very sad. I don't know what it is about that song. I've never really loved the song Sin and the Clowns. So many Judy Collins songs I love. But anyway, her album Judith is probably my favorite album. But I was thinking, Judith, who I also think of Judith Myers, with Michael Myers' sister in Halloween. You get it. What I give you since you asked. City of New Orleans. I like that song too. She does this one called Song for Hiawatha or something. It's like whale sounds in the background. I can remember my mom used to my mama. I didn't mean to say that. Not that it matters, but I just never called my mom mama. Did I? Mama? No. I don't think I did. But anyway, I think I wrote it in cards and stuff a couple times, but I remember my mom would listen to that album, and it had like, I think it was one of the last songs on there. It had like the sounds of whales on it, and I loved that song, but it was very eerie at the same time. But I was thinking of that song tonight when I left to vlog because of the moon. The moon was so pretty tonight, and I was thinking of that. It was kind of like a harvest moon, it looked like, you know. What do I do to get into the spooky season? Well, I think this year, because Melissa and I are doing the podcast and we're hoping to start it in October, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Our plan was to start it October 1st. We maybe, I don't know, maybe start it on, we're like a little bit pushed behind right now, so we may end up starting it on Halloween. I mean, we really want to have it figured out before we start it, so we don't, you know, half ASS it. But that's exciting because we're talking about a lot of Halloween stuff. What have I done this year? Well, I have started following a lot of like horror movie Twitter accounts. I follow like Michael Myers and Tommy. I can't think of Tommy's last name, but that was in the original movie, you know? He was the kid. He's also in like 5 or 6. I can't remember which one, but when the girl has the baby and Michael Myers is trying to get the baby, Tommy is the he's in that movie as well. So that, doing the Halloween countdown on Twitter, which is every day they post like how many more days till Halloween. For me, Halloween, and I mean in Indiana, like, one of the reasons why I've never really wanted to move away fully is because I love fall in Indiana. It's just so beautiful. And the leaves turn slowly, you know. Although the last couple of years they've turned pretty quick. But the leaves turn slowly, and, you know, it's like reds and golds, and it's like chilly out at night. It's good sweater weather. It's good chilly weather. All that stuff to me is part of it. And then getting candles that smell like pumpkins and apples, and having fires in the fireplaces, and, you know, putting skeletons out and all that. I love all of that. I love to watch the scary movies. I can watch all the Halloween movies over and over. I just like, I love it. I love every bit of it, you know, watching Hocus Pocus and watching, you know, all of the Halloween movies that, not just the Halloween franchise, but all of the movies that get me in the mood for Halloween. I love that. And I'm very excited about it this year. I really want to start early, so like towards the end of September, I think. I don't want to do it too early, but towards the end of September, like maybe the last week, putting out like, you know, the candles and whatever, and really getting excited about it this year. Whatever I decide to do with the plants on our patio, I do want to go and get like big things of mums this year, because I love mums. I think they're so pretty. And I want to get big yellow mums, 2 things of them. But like if it stays warm and the plants do well on the patio, like I'm not going to put them away. I'll keep them out there, you know. I mean, maybe not until the middle of October, but I'm going to keep them out there as long as it's nice and they're doing well. There's no reason not to, you know. What else do I do? Mostly just movies. It's just a feeling, you know. I would like to get, I think I'm gonna start buying comforters instead of duvet covers. I think I'm like over the duvet cover. It's like, I don't know, it's just the comforters are more comfy. I love the duvet covers, but the comforters are just more just comfy. And just the duvet covers, I don't know. I'm just over, like, you tie them inside and then they come undone. And then it's like half of the duvet cover is hanging out over half. Do you guys ever deal with that? Half the duvet cover is like hanging over the end of the comforter, like it doesn't all match up. And then I always end up getting that part that's like just material. And I'm just buying comforters from now on. I might buy a tartan red plaid comforter this year for Christmas, but I also might buy something for the fall that's like a plaid for the fall that's not like Christmassy, that we can have for like October and November, because I just love plaids, period. And, you know, something that's kind of just a plaid, a fun, you know, like, I don't know, like a blue or something like that. We'll see. I'll ask Alex what he wants to do. Part of the problem is we're running out of places to put our linens. Our linen closet is packed full. So we don't have a lot of places to put it. And even in our little laundry area down in the basement, we're kind of running out of some places down there to put stuff. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Get rid of something that we don't use anymore and donate it, you know. We can do that. But I was just thinking about this. Did I say it last night, or was I thinking it when I was just driving around today? I don't know. What was it? Was it? I don't know. is that it feels like it's gonna be crazy because Christmas is just gonna be around the corner. Before I know it, I'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe it's almost Christmas. Seriously, I can't believe it. I'm even having that conversation. And then before I know it, I'll be like, oh my God, it's almost time for Ultra. And then I'll be like, oh my God, it's almost summer. And then I'll be 50. And then time goes like that. Crazy. I think the thing that has really forced me to be appreciative of the moment and try to stay present as much as possible is really realizing how quickly time does go by, you know, and how fast time does go by. And instead trying to, when I realize that, stay in the moment and really just enjoy the moment. And that's not always easy, you know? I've spent so much time in my life, you know, worrying and planning for the future, and which is great. I think it's important to do that stuff, you know, not maybe worrying so much, but planning for the future I think is definitely important. But I really wish that I had spent more time just enjoying life instead of thinking about what was next, you know? It's like when I was in college, I was, like, after I got sober, I feel like my life really started for me, like, not everything, but, like, my adult life really started to some degree for me when I got sober, of, like, really enjoying and appreciating it. So that would have been 22 and a half, you know? And I don't even know that I really had any clue what was going on with my life for, like, that first year, you know? But I think, like, I don't even know what I was just gonna say. I was thinking back to that first year. I feel like when I was in college, after I got sober, like finishing up my undergrads, I was like focused on getting done with undergrad so that I could go to grad school. You know, so I could start the next area of my life, because I wanted to get my master's degree in social work and become a counselor and all that stuff, right? And so it was like, then when that happened, it was like the next thing, and then the next thing, and then, you know, it was like, it's just always been the next thing, you know, of planning things in my life. And then when this is done, what about that? And then when this is done, what about that? And it's like, I don't know that I really, I don't know that I really, learned to appreciate just being, you know, and just really, like, enjoying the moment. And, like, that's one of the things, like, I'm really trying to do more of. And, like, I always feel like I have I feel so driven to do things that I love to do, that I feel like over here, there's always, like, a list of things that I want to do. You know, like, if you're somebody that's compelled passionately towards doing certain things, like, for me, it's like being part of a 12-step program and everything that goes along with that, which I'm not going to detail, you know, or like writing or reading or whatever. It's like, as much as I love reading and listening to audiobooks, there are sometimes that I need to put that back burner to just be present and hang out with my husband, if that makes sense, you know? I love to listen to audiobooks. I could drive around for 6 hours and listen to an audiobook. I could sit on the front porch. I don't really like to sit at home, though. That's one thing. I don't love to just sit there and listen to an audiobook. I have to be kind of doing something. But, you know, there are moments where I'm just like, you know what? Like, Alex is, you know, off today. Let's just, like, hang out with him and do this and whatever. And I feel so blessed that I have these things in my life that I'm so passionate about. But I want to stay, like, in enjoying them in the present, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? whether it's watering my plants. Like, I want to be like enjoying the watering the plants. I don't want to be like watering the plants being like, okay, and in 20 minutes I have to go do this. I've done that for so much of my life because I've always been, even since I was a kid, the person that tried to fit 900 things into 24 hours. Like, I've always been that, you know? And I'm very, like, I don't know, like, people that are very present, like, I look up to them a lot. This van over here, this is so spooky. So, like, I'm like, this is just, like, house with, like, this ivy all over it and stuff. Or maybe it's just a blue house. It's just a blue house. But they have, like, this 70s van with, like, orange and brown and, like, stripes down the side. It looks like, seriously, like, a horror movie from the 70s. Like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something. But anyway, you know, like Alex tonight, he texted me. I was like, after the meeting, I was like, hey, what are you doing, babe? And he was like, he's catching up on Grey's Anatomy. He's like, I'm just watching Grey's Anatomy. He's like, I already started crying and it just started. And he can sit there and just like watch one episode after another. You know, like last night when I was trying to watch Relentless, I'm like making lists about this and doing that. And I'm like doing all these other things while I'm doing it, you know? And like, I'm definitely better now than I was a year ago, and I was definitely better a year ago than I was 5 years ago, but it's still like something that I really, really have to work on. And I don't know that I'll ever be great about that, you know, like, when I got sober, I had this immense feeling that, and I think if you're sober, you probably relate to this feeling. I had this immense feeling. It wasn't like right as I got sober. It was like a year or two after that. Those people's patio is so cute. And they have all these sheets and stuff hanging now, and it's like they have this, like, you know when you see like in pictures of like where they have like the backs of like trucks and patios and stuff where it has like the lights and everything. Well, they have like, it looks like they have like a whole bed made out there on their patio. It looks so cute, and they have all these flowers and stuff around there and stuff. Actually, I'm gonna drive by there again and see. For every holiday, they do something. If it's Valentine's Day, they have hearts everywhere. If it's 4th of July, it's so cute. I'm in Zionsville right now. Anyway, I had this feeling when I got sober, and I don't know if it was at a year or 2 years. It was somewhere between like a year and 2 years, I think, where I felt like you have wasted so much time of your life just blowing days off. You would talk about being present. I mean, that period of my life where I was like heavy into my use, which I would say the heaviest parts were 18 to 22 and a half. Those years in there, talk about being present. I was present and gone. I mean, I would sit there and just smoke weed all day long and eat pills, and I just wouldn't do anything but just like, hell, I'd watch a movie and I'd rewind it and start watching it again, you know, some movie like Out of Africa or Educating Rita or, you know, was To Kill a Mockingbird or whatever. I just sit there and watch the same movie over again until it's time to go out. You know, you're talking about being present. I feel like I wasted time, and I think that's part of it. Is ever since then, I love this little house right here. It looks like a little like house you'd see in Cape Cod or something. But anyway, I feel like ever since then, I've been playing like trying to catch up on time. You know what I mean? Like trying to get where everybody else has got or something. I don't know. So I always feel like I don't want to waste time. Like there's things I want to do. And it kind of drives me crazy sometimes because I'm always like, well, I didn't get these things done today. I will say I'm not as hard on myself as I used to be about that. And I think that one thing that was better, look at this house, it's just adorable. White picket fence. They have a lamp on the front porch, like an old antique lamp. Oh, they have a little bike with a thing in front. Yeah, they do have a couch, which like this like blanket or looks like a sheet hanging behind it, and plants are so cute. Anyway, one thing is you know, back in the day when I was working in treatment, I would make a list of everything that I had to get done in a day. And then the last thing that I would do before I left for the day, so like let's say if it was today for tomorrow, the last thing I would do like on Tuesday is I would make my list for Wednesday. So I would sit down, you know, and I would write at my desk Wednesday. And then I would write down all the things that were not crossed off on my list for Tuesday. I would just put them on my list for Wednesday. I was like, I didn't get them done today. I'll get them done tomorrow. And then I would add the other things that I needed to do on Wednesday. And then I would have my list, and I would put my pen on it and my highlighters, because I always cross things out with my highlighter. And that was, when I came in every day, that my list was waiting right there for me. And you know, I still do that a little bit today, but I will tell you what the difference is that back then, I mean, I clocked out, you know? So once I physically clocked out, I was done. Today, it's not so much like that, because it's like, I don't really ever clock out, and so it's like, oh, well, I need to run and do this, or I want to go do this, or so-and-so called and they need help, or, you know, they need help with this, you know, service thing, or whatever. It's like, I don't really ever clock out, so it's just like, and I am pretty good with managing my time. I really am. I mean, people say to me all the time, like, I'm amazed at how much you get done. And they're like, Andy, you read books on top of it and watch these TV series and you spend time with Alex and your friends. Like, they're like, how do you do it all? I'm like, I don't know. I just, you know, I think part of it is I feel so incredibly blessed that I have so many things in my life that I absolutely love doing. You know, it's like, I just feel completely blessed. Like, I truly have a life beyond my wildest dreams that sometimes I don't want to just stop and be, like, present, you know? I want to, like tonight when we were like, you know, Alex was getting ready to go to bed, and I was like, well, maybe I'll lay down for a little bit. And I was like, if you lay down, like, this is a good example. I was like, if you lay down, you'll sleep all through the night, you won't listen to any of your audiobook tonight, and you won't get to watch Relentless, because I wanted to listen to my audiobook tonight, and I wanted to watch an episode of Relentless. So I was like, go vlog now, you know, and then you can vlog for longer, because I like to do the longer vlogs, and they've been shorter, if you've noticed, the last couple months. So I was like, if you go now, it's still early enough that you can do a little bit of a longer vlog and still get those things in, you know, and then still get a good night's sleep and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know, I just push myself to get a lot done. One of the things that has been really helpful for me, and I don't know, maybe it was on a vlog I talked about it, but there was a couple people that had suggested it, was when they were like, well, just, why don't you, it's been a long time since they suggested it. Been a long time ago. Like, taking off a day and not filming videos. And I don't like doing that, because I just don't. But I kind of like when we go to brunch on Sundays, I kind of like, in my head, I'm like, okay, where am I at? Like, check. It stopped. I was talking about the saying, check your feet. Like, where are your feet? Like, I love that saying. It's kind of a recovery saying, you know? I'm in today. How are you today? And asking myself, like, if I'm feeling like I just want to hang out and nap with my husband for the day and whatever, then I do. And I allow myself that, you know? And, but that's been a hard transition for me. I think weirdly my dad is kind of like that. Like, my dad loved just, I mean, he loved medicine and everything about it. Like, he could talk about it for hours. You know, he loved just like sitting in his office and, you know, like reading about surgery. I mean, he loved all that stuff, you know? No, maybe I get that. My mom was the same way, but not with, like, work stuff. Both of my parents got very, very passionate about stuff. And we're kind of, like, they've always kind of been, like, all in. Like, my dad, to this day, like, he will read something and then read, like, all the topics about it. Or all the books about, like, one topic. You know, my mom, she was very passionate about 3 or 4 things too, and then she would like read everything about it and get to know everything about it, and, you know, like watch the movies and the shows and whatever, you know. I don't know. I don't even know where all this started when I was talking about this. I think the one thing for me is if I had like unlimited amount of time. Like if I woke up and I had like 15 hours to just film or to just read or to just do whatever like I'm really wanting to do for the day, like that would be one thing. But like I always feel like I have something that I have to like get, there's like a time constraint, you know, like, well, I have to be at Tanya's by 7:30 to pick her up to go to this meeting tonight, or I have this service commitment at 2 o'clock on a Friday, or I have this, right? And so it's like I try to fit things into these times, which I do, but I wish I didn't feel like rushed. Does that make sense? Like I wish that I could just not feel like rushed, you know, on doing stuff. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't even know what I'm saying. Been a long time, been a long time, long time. I've never been somebody that's been really good just like sitting still and being present, you know? My mom was very much like me. She was very like busy all the time. But she could, the way that she was different was she could kind of reserve her being present for like the end of her day. So she would like watch a movie and then like the nighttime news, and like that's when she would kind of settle down. But I can remember when she first got sober, I think a lot of it has to do with my addiction, honestly. I really, really do. Because I can remember my mom when she first got sober, like to be at home from like 5 to like 8 was super difficult for her. And so she would make plans to go do stuff during that time of like the first year she got sober, first and second year she got sober, something like that. Between 5 and 8, she always had something that she would go do, whether it was walking. My mom started walking like incessantly. She would like walk in the malls. Later it became early in the morning, but like at that point it became like that hour. She would like walk in the malls, or she would walk outside, and then she would go to a meeting. And she would say to me, like, this is when I drank. Like, I drank, you know, like, just like I was just saying here. It's like when I drank or I used, hell, I could be present. You know, I wasn't concerned about getting the stuff done in my life that I wanted to. Well, with my mom, it was very similar to that. You know, it was like she could sit there and have a couple drinks. Like, that was her favorite time of day. She'd sit there and she'd pick up the phone and she'd call all her friends from high school and college and smoke a couple cigarettes and have a couple drinks, you know, and whatever. And I think a lot of it was loneliness because she, you know, I wasn't gone or whatever. And then when she got sober, it was like to be at home, like after 8 o'clock, she was fine. She could come home, she could watch the evening movie and then the nighttime news and then go to sleep, you know? She was fine. But that 5 to 8 o'clock period, she struggled with every day, you know? I mean, we talked about that a lot. She's like, I find myself just not wanting to be home because I don't know what to do with myself. She's like, you know, I find myself like cleaning and doing this and doing that and whatever, you know? So I don't know, maybe it's something that I'll struggle with my whole life. I hope not, though, you know? Like, I've really tried hard to just like sit and relax. I think that's why, like, things, like when I talk about my front porch and making it really cozy and sitting there and like watching like these drag pageants, like that has been actually really good for me, is to just sit and watch these drag pageants because I love them so much. I was telling Alex the other night because he like let the dogs out and I was watching one of the pageants, so he was out like front when he was coming back in. I said, I feel like I'm at a drag pageant right now. But like that's been really good for me, you know, to just kind of like sit there and like allow myself just to like relax and be present. Because if I'm inside the house and I'm like whatever, I'm like cleaning up the kitchen while a video is uploading, or I'm like talking to a recovery friend or somebody associated with recovery on the phone while I'm like cleaning the living room or putting laundry away, or I mean I'm always doing like multitasking, you know. So for me to just have to sit and be still is like, you know, Tanya always says, she's like, I just want you to relax and just like be able to like have an evening where you can just, you know, be present. And so I'm really trying to do more of that and live in today, because I don't want to speed through life anymore, you know? I just don't. McNamara Florist over there. I looked over there, I thought they had their, I love that store, it's so pretty. I think I did a video in there. I looked over and I thought that they had their Christmas stuff out, but they don't. I was like, it's a little early for Christmas stuff, don't we think? But speaking of being present, I think I'm gonna get off here now and listen to a little bit of Flipped for Murder by Maddie Day. I'll try to catch up with Stacy in her 20 chapters. I don't know what chapter I'm on, actually. Anyway, I'm going to get off here now, and this was kind of all over the place tonight, wasn't it? So, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. I hope that you are having a magically amazing Wednesday. And, yeah. I think that's it. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya! Oh, and for those that need to hear it, I'm not going to stop the camera. I'm just going to say it right now. For those of you that need to hear it, one more, I love you. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!